You head to bed with the intention of getting a full 8 hours of sleep, but like clockwork at 2 a.m., your body betrays you. That familiar pressure builds, and you're forced to stumble to the bathroom, shattering your deep sleep. You probably think the culprit is that glass of water you had, or maybe just age itself. But what if the single biggest reason you're waking up has nothing to do with what you drink, but instead could be your sleeping position? It's maddening, isn't it? You try to do everything right, staying hydrated, eating healthy, yet your nights are still fragmented. You feel like you're fighting a losing battle against your own bladder. But the truth is, your bladder is just the messenger. The real culprits are gravitational fluid shifts and thermoregulation failures that your body can no longer manage during sleep, forcing your kidneys into overdrive. In this video, as a doctor dedicated to practical health solutions, I'm going to walk you through the 5 surprising mistakes that are the real reason you're waking up at night. We will count them down from 5 to 1, and the number 1 mistake we'll cover is the most powerful and overlooked of all. It has nothing to do with what you eat or drink, but mastering it can cut your nightly wake-ups in half, and the change can begin tonight. So stay with me, because this information is crucial. And before we dive deep, if you are ready to finally reclaim your uninterrupted sleep, do me a small favor and hit that like button right now. Your click helps this vital information reach more people who truly need it. And be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our weekly health guides. Lastly, I love to see how far our community stretches. So, drop a comment below telling us what city or country you're watching from. It's always incredible to connect with you all. All right, so the real issue isn't just about managing fluids. It's about creating a holistic, sleep-friendly environment for your entire body. Let's count down the 5 biggest and most fixable mistakes. We'll start with number 5. Mistake number 5, the 3-hour liquid myth. Why your timing is everything. Many people know they shouldn't chug a liter of water right before bed, but they believe a small glass an hour before is harmless. This is the mistake. The rule isn't to drink less at night. It's to stop drinking much sooner than you think. The golden rule should be, your kitchen is closed for all significant liquid intake 3 full hours before your head hits the pillow. Here's the simple science behind it. When you drink liquid, it doesn't just teleport to your bladder. First, it gets absorbed from your stomach and intestines into your bloodstream. This process increases your total blood volume. Your kidneys, which are your body's master filters, sense this increase. Their job is to filter waste from your blood and maintain a perfect fluid balance. When they detect excess fluid, they start pulling it out to produce urine. This entire cycle, from your lips to your bloodstream to your kidneys to a filling bladder, takes time. Depending on your metabolism and hydration status, this can take anywhere from 60 to 180 minutes. So that harmless glass of water at 10 p.m., when you go to bed at 11, is setting your kidneys up for peak urine production right around 1 or 2 a.m. Furthermore, your body has a natural defense against this, a hormone called ADH, or anti-diuretic hormone. Its levels naturally rise at night, telling your kidneys to slow down urine production so you can sleep. But drinking fluids too close to bed actively works against this hormone, suppressing its release and keeping your kidneys in daytime mode. And this isn't just theory. A comprehensive study published in the Journal of Clinical Urology looked at fluid management strategies for patients with nocturia. They found that participants who established a strict 3-hour liquid cutoff before bedtime reduced their nightly urination episodes by an average of 40%, compared to those with a more relaxed 1-hour cutoff. The how-to is simple. Front-load your hydration. Drink the majority of your water in the morning and early afternoon. Think of it like this. Your body is a reservoir. Fill it up during the day when you're active and can easily use the bathroom and let it run low at night. If you must take medication, use the absolute smallest sip of water possible. What's your current cutoff time for liquids before bed? Be honest. Share it in the comments below. Let's see what the average is. Mistake number 4, the late dinner and the hidden diuretic trap. You've managed your liquids perfectly, but you still wake up. The next place to look is your dinner plate and what time you ate it. This is a two-part mistake: the timing of your meal and the content of your meal. First, let's talk about timing. Eating a large meal late at night, say within 3 hours of bedtime, puts your body into digestive overdrive instead of sleep and repair mode. Your body has to divert a huge amount of blood and energy to your stomach and intestines. This process not only elevates your core body temperature, which can interfere with sleep quality, but it also produces something called metabolic water. As your body breaks down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, it creates water as a byproduct. This metabolic water is then added to your bloodstream, contributing to the fluid load your kidneys have to manage overnight. The Sleep Foundation consistently highlights that heavy meals close to bedtime can fragment sleep, making you more sensitive to even the slightest urge to urinate. Second, and perhaps more insidious, is the hidden diuretic trap. Diuretics are substances that make you produce more urine, and they are hiding in plain sight in many healthy dinners. Alcohol and caffeine are the obvious ones. They both directly suppress that all-important ADH we talked about. But many vegetables are natural diuretics, including celery, cucumbers, asparagus, bell peppers, and parsley. Even very spicy foods can act as bladder irritants for some people, creating a sense of urgency. A big, healthy salad with a cucumber and celery base eaten at 9 p.m. could be the very reason you're up at 2 a.m. The fix requires a two-pronged strategy. First, aim to finish your last major meal of the day, a solid 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. This gives your body ample time to digest. Second, become a diuretic detective. Scan your dinner plate. If you are struggling with nocturia, perhaps move that big salad to lunchtime and opt for cooked, non-diuretic vegetables like carrots, broccoli, or sweet potatoes in the evening. What's a healthy food you love that you just realized might be contributing to your nighttime trips? I'm really curious to hear what you discover. Let me know below. Mistake number 3, the pre-sleep good enough bathroom trip. This is one of the most common and easily correctable mistakes I see. You're getting ready for bed. You go to the bathroom as part of your routine, but you're distracted. You're thinking about tomorrow. You're scrolling on your phone. You're rushing. You go. You feel empty enough, and you get into bed. This is the good enough mistake. Your bladder is a muscular sac. It sends signals to your brain as it stretches. Most people only empty their bladder about 80 or 90% of the way when they are rushing. That last 10–20% doesn't seem like much, but it means your bladder will reach its wake-up threshold much faster. If a full bladder is 400 milliliters and you leave 50 milliliters behind, that's a huge head start on the refilling process. To combat this, urologists and pelvic floor specialists recommend a technique called double voiding. It's a mindful practice to ensure your bladder is as empty as possible. Leading institutions like the Cleveland Clinic often recommend this technique for patients with bladder emptying issues because it's simple, non-invasive, and incredibly effective. Here's exactly how to do it. Make this the very last thing you do before your head hits the pillow. Step 1. Go to the bathroom and sit down on the toilet. Yes, even for men, sitting allows the pelvic floor muscles to fully relax, which is critical for complete emptying. Step 2. Urinate normally. Don't push or strain. Just relax and let it flow until you feel you're finished. Step 3. Remain sitting on the toilet. Don't get up. Wait for 30 to 60 seconds. Take a few deep breaths. Step 4. Lean forward slightly. You can rest your forearms on your knees. This gentle change in posture can shift the position of the bladder and encourage that last bit of urine to come out. Try to urinate again. You might be surprised that there's more. Making the simple 2-minute ritual a non-negotiable part of your bedtime routine can be an absolute game changer. Have you ever heard of the double voiding technique before? Is this new to you? Mistake number 2. Your bedroom's unregulated microclimate. Your body is like a finely tuned thermostat, and the temperature of your room, along with the clothes you wear, has a direct and powerful effect on your kidney function during the night. Let's look at what happens when you're too hot. The ideal room temperature for sleep is surprisingly cool, typically between 65 to 68 degrees or about 18 to 20 degrees. When your room is too warm or you're wearing non-breathable pajamas like polyester, your body's core temperature stays elevated. This prevents you from dropping into the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep, where that ADH hormone is most active. You remain in a lighter, more restless sleep, making you hyper-aware of your body's signals, including a bladder that is only partially full. Now, here's what happens when you're too cold. This triggers a fascinating physiological response called cold diuresis. When your body gets cold, it instinctively tries to protect your vital organs by constricting the blood vessels in your extremities, your hands, feet, arms, and legs. This is called vasoconstriction. This process shunts blood away from the periphery and toward your core, increasing the blood pressure within your core circulation. Your kidneys sense this rise in pressure and interpret it as the body having too much fluid. In response, they start producing more urine to try and lower that central blood pressure. It's the same reason you have to pee more when you swim in a cold pool. The research is clear. A study in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology showed a direct link between ambient room temperature and sleep stage quality. And cold diuresis is a well-established medical principle. The solution is to create the perfect sleep microclimate. Set your thermostat to that cool 65 to 68 degree range. Wear loose, breathable fabrics like cotton, bamboo, or linen. If you get cold, it's better to add a breathable blanket you can easily remove than it is to wear heavy pajamas that will trap heat all night. What temperature do you usually set your thermostat to at night? Let us know in the comments. And the number one mistake, the one that impacts almost everyone, especially as we age, mistake number one, the gravity and pressure problem, your sleeping position. This is the aha moment for so many of my patients. All day long, while you are standing and sitting, gravity is pulling fluids down into your lower body. A certain amount of fluid naturally accumulates in the tissues of your legs and ankles. This is called peripheral edema, and it happens to almost everyone to some degree, but it becomes more pronounced with age or if you sit for long periods. Then you go to bed. You lie down flat. For the first time in 16 hours, gravity is no longer holding that excess fluid in your legs. Over the next few hours, that fluid slowly leaves the tissues and re-enters your bloodstream. Your blood volume gradually increases. And what do your kidneys do when they sense increased blood volume? They filter it out and produce urine. This massive delayed fluid shift is a primary driver of nocturia, happening hours after you've fallen asleep. The solution is to outsmart gravity. You need to get that fluid out of your legs and processed by your kidneys before you go into a deep sleep. Here's how. The single most effective strategy is leg elevation. For 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed while you're reading a book or watching television, lie down on the couch or floor and elevate your legs. You can prop them up on a stack of pillows or an ottoman, or even rest them up against a wall. The goal is to get your ankles higher than your heart. This allows gravity to help drain that fluid back into your circulation early. Your kidneys will process it. You'll use the bathroom before bed using the double voiding technique, and you'll start the night with a much lower fluid load. Then, when you get into bed, your sleeping posture continues to matter. Sleeping on your back with a pillow under your knees maintains a slight elevation. Even better for many is sleeping on your side, particularly your left side, with a pillow between your knees. This position takes direct physical pressure off your bladder and is also known to improve circulation and reduce acid reflux. The evidence for this is powerful. A landmark 2015 study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society had elderly patients practice lower leg elevation for several hours before sleep. The results were astounding. A significant reduction in nocturia episodes simply because the fluid shift was managed in the evening instead of in the middle of the night. So you now have the 5 biggest culprits, but I know exactly what some of you might be thinking. Doctor, this is a lot of information. 5 mistakes. It feels overwhelming. Where do I even start without getting discouraged and quitting after one night? Don't worry, I understand completely. And that's why I want to give you one final crucial rule. The rule of one. Do not try to fix all 5 mistakes at once. That is a recipe for failure. Instead, I want you to pick the one mistake that gave you that aha moment while you were watching. Just one. If it was the 3-hour liquid rule, focus only on that for the next 3 nights. If it was elevating your legs, make that your only mission. Small, consistent wins are what create lasting change. So, my friends, today we've uncovered that the key to dry, uninterrupted nights isn't about some magic pill. It's about understanding your body as an interconnected system. It's about giving your body the peace and stability it needs to do its job so you can finally get the deep, uninterrupted rest you truly deserve. Which mistake was your personal aha moment? That is your starting line. Let me know your choice in the comments below. Committing to it is the first step. And if this video gave you a concrete plan, you can start tonight. Show your commitment by typing the word PLAN in the comments. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue on this health journey together. Take care. Sleep deeply.